grab some popcorn for a special edition of the Weekend View that's putting the spotlight on Oscar gold, glam, and gossip. The brewing behind-the-scenes tea that Timothy Chalamet's controversial comments could set the stage for Michael B. Jordan to take the lead in the Best Actor race. Oscar host Conan O'Brien shares his secrets to bouncing back after setbacks that sidelined his career. Best Actress nominee Kate Hudson is getting you in touch with her love language, plus the co-hosts are weighing in on their Oscar picks. It all starts now on the Weekend View, Oscar Gold, Glam, and Gossip.
Edition of the Weekend View. Cheryl Underwood is back as our guest co-host. and we're toasting Oscar weekend with some sparkling cider. That's what it is.
Sparkling
like
cider.
every good
Yes.
Oscar party.
Yeah. So the Best Actor race is getting tighter, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Timothy Chalamet was the front runner, but a lot of people aren't fans of comments he's made during award seasons, like this.
I admire people, and I've done it myself, to go on a talk show and go, hey, we got to keep movie theaters alive. You know, we got to keep this genre alive. And another part of me feels like if people want to see it, like Barbie, like Oppenheimer, they're going to go see it and go out of their way to be loud and proud about it. And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, you know, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership. But, damn, I just took shots for no reason.
So that didn't go over
What did
well.
he say? He lost 14 what?
14 cents, meaning like, you know, the opera folks and the ballet folks don't spend money watching movies, and he's real wrong about that.
So basically he's dissing the higher arts. is what he's
A
doing.
ticket to the ballet or the opera costs a hell of a lot more than a ticket to the movies.
Yeah.
So fellow nominee Michael B. Jordan, on the other hand, he took a much different approach when he won Best Lead Performance at the Actors Award recently. Watch.
You are shining herald of Michael B. Jordan.
I'm so honored and privileged to be nominated in categories with people and actors and humans that I love, and I love their work and what you contribute to our craft. Mom, thank you for driving me back and forth to New York when we didn't have enough money to go through the Holland Tunnel, when we were looking for gas money, parking spaces, you know what I'm saying? When I went up there for my auditions, thank you.
So that's a whole other thing. He's taking a humble approach and giving his mom credit. So could Chalamet's attitude cost him the Oscar, do you think? You think
the voting had gone in before, like, some of these clips. But I do think as a consumer of movies and a lot of things, you can't separate how a person makes you feel. So no matter how good of an actor they are in a role, Michael B. Jordan could play the devil himself, and I would be right there.
That guy never
And he did.
Well, essentially, he kind of played a devil. But he, you know, like when he comes here, his manners, he sends us all flowers.
And the flowers are beautiful.
And
wait a second, I didn't get them.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. But that gratitude,
He smells
that
so good. Oh, he
there's
smells
something
so good.
beautiful about that humanity that like will always win me over.
Yeah,
so
but
I do think it matters.
But you
I
could
don't
tell
know.
that he was going to be successful and what type of man he was all the way back when he was on All My Children.
Yeah.
You could tell Fruitville Station.
Yeah.
But I had a chance to talk to him at the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight in Las Vegas. And I told him, I said, you're going to be a really, really big star. But I knew when he was doing Creed, he just very focused. But Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed it in Black Panther.
He
but
did.
he's a guy that, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of eerie like this. I think, yeah, you could have already voted. But sometime the universe may change things. I hate that Timothée Chalamet seems to be appearing kind of cocky. But I love that Michael B. Jordan has that diplomacy, that you know, let's chill. And you thanking your mama, so we love that you went and we thanking your
vote
mama.
for somebody and give them an award, you really need to be objective about their
But
work.
I'm saying it's hard to do that.
I don't think it's hard to do.
But the other thing is, objectively, in my view, his work is outstanding.
Absolutely.
Like, just objectively, if you watch Sinners.
Whose work? Okay.
If you watch Michael B. Jordan and you watch Sinners, it was a cultural moment, at least. You know, I mean, he was talking. I mean, Ryan Coogler, I think, is one of the best directors of our time.
Yes, he is.
I really do believe that. Sinners received more Oscar nominations than any movie in history. That says something. And Michael B. Jordan, let's say it, he played two characters, not only one. He played brothers. He played twin brothers. So just by the performance itself, I think he should win.
But beyond just this one round, I think he'll always have certain people. Like, that's what I'm saying is beyond this performance. It is easier to cheer people on and love them from afar when you've seen what type of human they are. And that matters. And I don't think you can separate that. I don't think you can.
Well, listen, I think people do separate it. Also, you know, the timing is important here. To me, it's been interesting because the Matthew McConaughey, Timothée Chalamet town hall, it was on CNN, and it came out weeks ago, and it didn't begin to become a scandal and really have the consequences and backlash that it's having until a few days ago. The voting is now over. And that is important, that the voting is now over, because I want to remind you all that Will Smith won the Best Actor Oscar after he slapped Chris Rock. And that, you know, I mean, he's now been banned from the Oscars, but remember when we saw that he slaps Chris Rock, and then they announced Best Oscar winner, and it's Will Smith for Sir Richard.
People have to separate the person from the work, in my opinion.
There are people that have done great things historically, and they have also simultaneousely done awful things. And I think you have to be able to, but when it comes to the arts and what you consume, I would argue sometimes it can affect you.
I guess that's true, but you're more sensitive than I am.
Well, but that's a very low bar.
All right, so Conan O'Brien is taking center stage on Sunday as host of the Oscars. Great. He's great, very funny. And he talked about how he bounced back from a big career setbacks when he appeared on the IMO podcast with Michelle Obama. Take a look.
Everyone's saying you'll make it a few months, but then you're out. And then I make it past that. But then later on, I get the Tonight Show, and I think, now I'm in good shape. Nope, that blows up. And I thought, now it's really over. No, it's not. It keeps happening over and over and over again. And then it's just learning
to roll with it.
To roll with it and say, okay, what's my next opportunity? Reset, recommit, and look for the next opportunity. And that is something I try to impart to my kids.
So, have you had career setbacks?
I worked in Jeb Bush's campaign for governor. This is like back in 1998.
Check out those glasses.
And, no, this is from when he was running for president in 2016 for 5 minutes. But I was working for him in 1998. You know, in the campaign I worked. I was a surrogate. It was fine. Then he wins as governor, and I wanted to be in the government. That was something I had never done. So I go to, so he appoints me to be his director of immigration policy in Tallahassee. This is what I've wanted my entire life, to be in government and do policy and all of this stuff. I get there, I hate it within 2 seconds. I was a big town girl from Miami. I didn't like Tallahassee. I couldn't fit within the chain of command. You know, I was used to barging into his office and saying, Jeb, what do you think of this? And one day he said to me, Anna, do you know how much it costs me to be called governor? And I said to him, no, but I know how much it costs me. And I thought to myself, okay, I gotta get out of here. And I'm glad it happened early in my life, because I knew then that I was not fit or meant to be in government.
The more you live in life, it can be relationships, it can be personal things. We can write what we want, all we want to put out there, and it's not going to happen that way. In fact, life rarely makes sense looking forward. It always makes sense looking backward.
Yeah.
I think you always have to kind of feel anything you feel because it doesn't eliminate the disappointment or the pain or the hurt. And then you say, what do I take with me from this? And then you put your head down and you do it again. It's not just career, it's everything.
I knew I was on the talk on CBS. I had an instinctual feeling that something was about to change. So I started paying off mortgages and car payments. Yeah, I started pulling myself together to say, okay, what do I do now? But as a comic, you know, we talk the setback is a setup for the comeback, and we will always find work. We just got to find out where the work is. But I think the fear is kind of what drives me. I gotta survive. Yeah, I gotta survive. I gotta take care of my sister. I gotta make sure that I keep putting one foot in front of the other. If I don't, I'm going to lose, right? But as a comic, how do you feel about that?
Well, I always carry my own creativity with me. So, like, this doesn't work out, I'll try another.
You, other than Madonna, I don't know anybody who can reinvent themselves.
Well, I've had a lot of practice because I got fired so many times.
You had to.
I mean, I've had my own talk shows, 3 or 4 of them besides this one, that go off the air. I always say the show must go off.
And you got to learn the art of the pivot.
So, Best Actress nominee Kate Hudson, Goldie Hawn's daughter, right?
Yes.
She sat down for a pre-Oscar chat with comedian and YouTuber Amelia de Moldenberg, and their conversation turned to matters of the heart. Watch.
Maybe that's my love language, flowers.
I think it might be one of my love languages. I think it's like my third love language. My first is, what's your first?
Oh, shall I guess what yours is?
Yeah, I guess on mine.
Your first is physical touch.
No, that's my last.
Is it? Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm words of affirmation.
Oh, I'm acts of service.
Oh, my sister-in-law is an acts of service.
Yeah, because I'm like, do that for me. I like people doing things for me.
It is kind of hot when someone can do something for you that you're like they fix the television and you can't figure it out. You're like, oh, wow.
Explain what they're talking about.
They're talking about the 5 different love languages.
Yes.
There are 5 different love languages. I don't know all of
like
them.
Like what? Like, give me an example.
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation. Acts of service. Gifts. And quality time. I think.
And quality time.
Oh, I see.
I took the test this morning. They gave us all a quiz to figure out what.
They didn't give me the
Turns
quiz
out I
either.
speak no language because I just
Really?
it's like, what do you want your spouse to do when you come home after a hard day? I want to be left alone. I don't want to be. I'm in menopause. I don't want to be touched. I'm hot. I'm always hot. I don't want them yapping at me. I don't want them giving me gifts. I want somebody that gives me my space, and until I'm ready to emerge. If I'm having a hard day.
So what does that translate to your love language?
It means she doesn't have one.
I mean,
she doesn't have one.
Yeah,
When
my
she
love,
experiences
my
love, she'll let us know. Is what she's saying.
my love language is
stay away from me.
No me jodan.
Yeah,
Don't,
maybe that's the 6th language.
But while you're talking about marriage as a love language, I would like to say to your face, bitch, for marrying my man, Al, the second...
You want him back
That's
here.
right, I'll take him. Because it's not a lot of fine dudes in the GOP. And you married the one fine dude.
He really is.
And remember did you see when it was Twitter, and I sent you a, hey, bitch, why you marry my man? And you never answered me back. I was so mad at you.
Somebody had hacked your account.
No, that was me. I was so angry because, the GOP don't have fine dudes. You know it, I know it. We don't have fine dudes.
But Al is not only fine, he is such a nice guy.
Yes, he is.
So
He's got
much
stories
fun.
for days.
He's got charming.
Yes.
He's got Riz.
Was this fight worse than the one you had with Sharon Osbourne?
I will say this. With the Dream Team 5 and the ladies of the talk, I got to meet a lot of really charming men on that show. I got to tongue kiss John Stamos.
You did?
Yeah.
He slipped you the tongue?
No, I slipped him the tongue. Oh yeah. I got.
More details, please.
So we were playing this game called Who Knows John Stamos More, and I knew more about his career.
Yes.
And I won the game.
Yes.
And so we were congratulating each other, and they said, "Well, you get to kiss him for real," and I kissed him for real.
Excuse me, just a minute.
What?
Brian, can you please take notes on this game for
Yeah,
the next
can
time
we-
Michael B. Jordan is on the show?
Can we play it? Why can't we play that game?
Yes.
No, but to talk about love languages, I realized I didn't think I had one either, but now I realize it's acts of service
Yeah, me
for
too.
me.
And
Yeah,
acts of service.
I didn't take the
When they do
test.
stuff for you.
When they do stuff
Yeah,
for me.
me
So,
too.
like, for
That's
example, my car inspection expired in September. I didn't realize it. So I went someplace a couple weeks ago and I got a $200 ticket. I said, oh, Lord. And I tried to hide the ticket from Manny and he found the ticket and he was like, don't tell me that your car was inspected in like last year in September. I said, correct. He said, do you understand that it is March? I said, correct, I do. And I went home, I was home Friday and I was going to take the car in to Lenny to get the car inspected, and it was changed already. I said to Manny, I said, what happened to the inspection? He said, I took care of it. I sent your son.
Yes, that's hot.
We'll be right back.
The Weekend View is sponsored by Rock Skincare, clinically proven and dermatologist recommended.
Welcome back. So all eyes are on the red carpet during awards show season. So who do you think has been winning in terms of fashion this year?
Oh, Tiana Taylor.
Yes.
Tiana Taylor. That goes without saying. I mean, at
Where's
the
the
SAG
picture?
At the SAG Awards,
There she is.
I mean, look at that.
Oh, boy.
So SAG
That's
Awards, she's
painted on?
wearing, she's wearing sort of a naked dress by Tom Brown.
Wow.
And that's her
British
5-year-old
designer.
daughter, Rue.
And yeah, her 5-year-old daughter was fixing her skirt. This is incredible as well. That's something that she wore at the BAFTAs. I think it's a Burberry gown that's
Wow,
reimagined
those are beautiful.
in the name of like the Burberry trench coat. And then over here is my favorite look.
Is that her bum bum?
It's a Schiaparelli gown.
Good for her.
And it has a rhinestone thong. And that night is the night that she won for Best Supporting Actor.
Rhinestone thong? I hope it doesn't
a Golden
actually
Globe.
thong because that would hurt.
It's just the back. But
That's gonna leave a mark.
I mean, she kills with
What
every
is
single...
that thing she's holding in her hand?
That's a Golden Globe.
Yeah.
That's when she won the Golden Globe Award.
Are those her nips in that picture?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, no, you mean in the first
They
one?
were inspired by hers.
That's
but
a Tom Brown sort of.
If I wore a dress that showed my nips, they'd be down here.
But she's really
dancing with your belly button.
All right, Anna,
Dorothy
you...
Dandridge in the one. Yeah.
She's the fashion it
She's
girl.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Anna, what are yours?
Well, I
even
just
have any.
thought Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan has always looked good. He's always just so beautifully tailored, beautifully fitted. I love it when he does the monotone. Look, I have no idea who he's wearing in any of these, but whomever he's wearing.
That's very
I mean,
nice.
that man. But
That
you know,
may
we
be a
had
Tiffany brooch.
the costume designer for Sinners on the
Yes,
show.
Ruth
Remember,
Carter.
Ruth E. Carter. And she talked about how she had done very different looks for the both brothers, right? So he's playing the same character as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And she did like blues for
With
one
one and
brother
red with the other.
and reds
Smoke and
for the
Stack.
other.
Yeah.
He looked fine in both colors. And I just think he kills it every time.
All right,
he
Sarah?
gets the note on being glamorous in Hollywood.
Well, I had Tiana Taylor as well because she's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the
it's
it
a
girl.
fact. It's not
Yeah.
an
She's the
opinion.
goat.
But then also, who I'm obsessed with all the time, Coleman Domingo.
Oh,
no matter where he is, that man is fire.
That is Sergio Hudson. That's all Sergio
Yes.
Hudson on the left. He wore that to the NAACP.
I mean, look at
Image
how
Awards.
adorable he
And
is.
he
just-
killed it at the Golden Globes.
Cheryl, what are your picks?
Okay, well, I only have one because people are very unhappy with this young man, but Timothy Chalamet and his boo thing, Kylie Jenner, they wore that orange. But I think I have a way to tweak this so I can get him some good press and some love back. Show the picture where we tweak. See this? I can make it happen. And everybody, you see it? You see it?
my God.
I can see
You
it.
see it?
I can see it.
And whoever photoshopped that got where I got my measles. Who got my measles?
I can see it. I can see it. I like the orange against your skin tone.
Yes.
I can see that.
It's the face for me.
You know, I'm feeling
John Stamos. Move over, John Stamos.
Look at the hair. Look at the hair. He looks happy.
Let's get down to your predictions for the Oscars. Who do you think is a lock, and who do you think could pull out a shocking win?
I'm going to go all in on Sinners. Okay. I think it's going to be a sweep. Most Oscar nominations in history. I think Ruth Carter should win for costume design. Ryan Coogler as director would make history as the first Black director to win an Oscar for direction.
Really?
And I think Michael B. Jordan should win for Best Actor because he played not one but two roles.
And Delroy Lindo, please.
Yes.
Anna?
So the two that I watched in the theaters were Frankenstein, and I think Frankenstein needs to win for something. It needs to win. It's a terrific movie. Costumes
were fantastic.
I mean, Jacob Elordi was fantastic. I think Guillermo del Toro deserves the Best Director award for this movie.
Okay.
And I love Kate Hudson in Song Song Blue, where she played Claire. And I got to meet the real Claire, who's now, who the movie's based on. And I think Kate Hudson did a wonderful job.
Okay.
More than anything, I want to see Goldie Hawn's baby win.
Okay, Cheryl?
Okay, so I agree with you on Michael B. Jordan, but Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another for Best Supporting
I agree with that.
Actor.
I believe that.
Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. I think he's so dashing and handsome. But I got a question. Is begonias about flowers? What is it about?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Is she really a space
You're asking
alien?
her, she's seen nothing.
Okay, so what is begonias about? What is begonia? Is she really something? Look at
Whoa.
that.
I feel
So
like
what is it about? Is it about flowers?
I don't think so.
No.
Did anybody
that's not
watch
what
this
this is?
movie?
I haven't seen that one.
So
I haven't seen that one.
I refuse to answer this question because Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were shut out this time, and I'm
they
not
were.
okay with that.
All right, I'll go. You know who mine is?
You go.
Timothy Chalamet. We'll be right back.
The Weekend View is sponsored by Rock Skincare, clinically proven and dermatologist recommended.
So The View's very own EGOT winner and four-time Oscar host Whoopi Goldberg was on the Behind the Table podcast with Brian recently. So take a look at that.
The Oscars are this weekend.
Yeah.
Very exciting, always this time of year. And I always think of Whoopi when she won her Oscar in 1991 for Ghost. Let's take a look at her speech.
Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted this. You don't know. My brother's sitting there, he says, thank God we don't have to listen to anymore. You can do it now. My mom's home, everybody's watching. I want to thank everybody who makes movies. I come from New York. As a little kid, I lived in the projects. And you're the people I watched. You're the people made me want to be an actor. I'm so proud to be here. I'm proud to be an actor. And I'm going to keep on acting. And thank you so much.
I love that.
That's great. It's a great speech. I remember watching it, actually. Do you?
No,
you
I don't
watch it back
remember
then?
watching it. I feel like I've seen it back so many times now. But you know what? I just said to Whoopi something interesting today. We were talking about another celebrity topic, and I said there was a generation of people like Whoopi who they threw everything at their dream because, as she said, she didn't come from much. It brought her so much joy. She went so hard for it. Now we're seeing this generation of people where the speeches can't honestly say those things. Like, I watched you, I wanted to be you, because so many people are coming from, you know, the road isn't quite as hard. They're in these art schools, then they graduate to the next one, and then they get their auditions, and then it's not the people that, and that's a generational thing, I think, but I loved those speeches for those moments when people, you could see they lost all control of emotion, and the people they thank, the people they love, not like the agents and stuff, but when they say something personal to a child or a parent, or I lose it. I wait for the end of every speech, and that's the part that gets me.
Beautiful. Behind the Table is streaming wherever you get your podcasts or watch us on YouTube. Thanks to Cheryl Underwood for being here. Coverage of the Oscars starts at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and the big show starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC, and streaming on Hulu also. Have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy The Weekend View.